fucking junk out. Oh yeah, man, bitch, that's a swollen tip. And that's a juicy one. I'm sure your partner is very blessed. Yo, what's Gucci, guys? Just had 2 fat, juicy chicken thighs and I'm ready to make a video. So I thought, why not go back to the old school Enneagram8 board and let's see, will it be more cringe this time? Maybe it's gonna be less fucking cringe. Who is the cosplayer? And that's the game we're gonna be playing. The last video I made nearly gave me multiple seizures. Yeah, some might call me fucking masochistic. Yeah, I call that pleasure. So let's start with this post I've seen. Okay, boyfriend brags, right? You might be thinking, not that fucking weird. So let's see. So my boyfriend has tendency to brag about everything, right? Okay. I genuinely tune it out. It's true, it is. If you're the partner or the wife or husband, whatever the fuck, of a 8 core, your partner will have to kind of be like, yeah, okay, fucking Beowulf, calm the fuck down. So I do get the sentiment there. But yesterday he went on and on about how hot the female doctor he saw at his appointment and how she was flirting with him. That shit ain't good. Even though I know this is just how he is. This is just how he is. That's what those fucking people tell themselves nowadays. This is just how he is. I mean, he groped at her job, and he fucking sexually harassed her, but that's just how he is. Appointment was for hernia, and so, of course, he had to show his goods and claims she made a comment about blessed he is. And she's like, he is, right? So, wow. Right? I mean, fucking professional doctor fucking checks his fucking junk out. Oh, yeah, man, bitch, that's a swollen tip. And that's a juicy one. I'm sure your partner is very blessed when you're fucking digging her guts out. So she asks the question, is bragging an 8 thing, right? Is bragging an 8 thing or is it not? Is it like a 3-core thing, 2-core? Does he just need to pump his ego because he feels powerless, needing medical attention? I mean, she's already like creating crazy fucking scenarios. Is he just doing this because he's scared, so he just fucking shoved his penis into this bitch's face? Let's just focus on this, right? Yeah, it's funny, but this guy is a dickhead, okay? Let's face it, he is a dickhead because you respect your woman. What kind of a fucking partner flirts with the bitch and fucking flashes the fucking his dick in front of her and be like, yeah, look at this, baby, do you want to slurp it? I mean, it's like slapping the girl, he slapped this. I mean, I'm not saying slapping that doctor in the face with his dick. I mean, it's like a bitch slap to his own partner, It's super fucking disrespectful. Motherfucker, you should be ashamed of yourself, okay? We moving on. As an 8, I don't really brag at all. My actions speak for themselves, and I don't care what other people think about what I do. Are you sure he's not a 3? Okay, yeah, okay, kind of fucking sussy baka, you're probably fucking cosplaying, so stop talking about being an 8. But, we're just gonna look down, yeah, some people are, okay, he sounds manipulative, he sounds like he's insecure, heavy shit, like everyone's jumping on that this dude's coping, his mom touched him when he was a kid, like it's something that you see, on Reddit. Is your shit thing? I can't speak, but I wouldn't say shit like that, of course, right? I mean, it's not a type thing to act that way. It's a him thing, which I'm sure this woman is blessed to have him, eh? I don't think anyone I know says I brag, and I can't think of any 8s I know who brag. I know what he's doing is nasty and there's no excuse. Why don't you fucking drop the cosplay? Guys, there's a huge misconception people have about 8. 8 is a jerked-off type, we all know it, right? And it's not a jerked-off type that it's a monkey type, because we have 2 camps. They're fucking monkeys who can't use their brain, or they're hyper-controlled, hyper-mature alpha males. Both, to be honest, are cringe. 8s are narcissistic. It's one of the most narcissistic types, and if you fucking don't like it, suck it the fuck up, because that's how authors of the type describe the type. Narcissism is the core component of the fucking type. I'm not saying you have to go to your fucking doctor, start flirting with the bitch, and swinging your fucking cock around like you own the fucking clinic, but you get the point. The way you convey your ideas, the way your energy. It doesn't mean you have to talk about how many fucking cars you have or how rich you are, but there is a certain superiority and, narcissism in the way you carry yourself. Kev, how will I know if I'm a counterphobic 6 or an 8? Obviously, such questions used to be very fucking common back in the day. Am I a counterphobic 6? Am I an 8? And back then, people were so confused because they thought those types are so similar, and the only difference was their motivation, right? Garbage. What is this guy? Can we type him? Let's see. With that little limited information he fucking spewed on the fucking internet for randoms to read his fucking vents. Because guys, remember, Enneagram8 board is not about typology. It's about fucking venting your problems and your coping to the world, so others will come and will say, oh yeah, I relate to this. I'm a fucking cunt too. You know, it's so funny, you know. He's not an expert in anything, so he cannot be a 5. That's a stupid way of thinking, but now I'm afraid of many things, he says. I have anxiety, but I have less anxiety than general public. I'm kind of curious how he fucking... So he has anxiety, but then he says he has less anxiety than most people. Okay, my heart attack. Okay, he's venting. But you see what I'm saying? This is venting, blah blah, venting. More venting. I'm not here to fucking read your vents, guys, okay? Like, come on. I'm thinking maybe I'm too chill to be an 8. This is a common thing, because I'm not angry all the time. Hell, I'm feeling too chill to the point where I feel I should get into conflict to get some anger in, but I know I won't survive actual fights. He won't survive actual fights. Okay, that's an interesting way of thinking about that. I do have fears, though. Show me a croc in front of me and you'll see me running in speed of light. You may call it cowardice, and I call it being smart. So, it is such a strange thing. Like, yeah, wow, you have fears, because there's a fucking crocodile that will fucking eat you alive. Of course, those fears he just mentioned don't mean shit, because any human can have them. But the reality is he an 8 core? Probably fucking not, right? Which fucking 8 core even says this shit? Like, and I'm afraid of many things, I have anxiety. Suddenly, he has less anxiety than most people, but he's afraid of many fucking things. Goes on a little rant. People have this understanding that 8 cores are fearless. Now, when we say they're fearless, it is not an actual fucking jerk off. They do perceive fear. They feel fear like anyone else. There's, you know, when your brain denies certain aspects of your emotionality, you're not paying attention to certain feelings. Fear is not really recognized as something that you pay attention to much, and when it is there, it's used as a tool to excite you. It is used as something, seen as something, and perceived as something that's very thrilling and exciting. So generally, fear is not something an 8 is gonna be very comfortable with, in a sense where they'd be like, yeah, I'm just afraid of many things, I'm a fucking, whoa, I'm afraid. No, if you really, I always say this, if you think you're too sensitive to be an 8, and I don't mean just, you know, you need to be some weird tough guy. But if you're just a sensitive person to fear, to vulnerability, to anything, like those emotions, you know, go check another type. Denial of one's type. Okay, I have long considered myself SP3, LI. So I stopped reading after LIE. Like, drop the cosplay. But VEFL is so fucking ridiculous. How in the world of fucks? And I understand, maybe you're new. So, okay. Still, even if you're fucking new, you know what, fuck you. Even if you were new, to think you're fucking gonna be ENTJ and you're gonna be 2E, how the fuck, you know? Like, maybe if you're new, you don't understand, like, complex correlations, or you don't understand some complex shit, but 1 plus fucking 1 equals motherfucking 2 seems pretty fucking simple, right? I mean, right? I'm no fucking genius. Some of you motherfuckers will be like, oh yeah, he's a fucking intellectual. He's making videos about fucking typology. Yes, I am intellectual. Call me fucking Jordan Peterson, because I talk about fucking typology. This subreddit feels a bit too chill for me, in my opinion. Finally got vulnerable, right? He talks about, like, he goes on the internet to announce to people, his friends on the internet, those people on this subreddit, they're his friends. Yes, I know you're shocked. He knows them. They're close. They have a bond. And he decided to be vulnerable with his e-friends. So, a 28-year-old man who was in a relationship with a 26-year-old woman for a year, smart, kind, loving, funny, told her about, oh my, wow! Fuck! 1.5 years later, he told her about his past fucking trauma. That shit was so fucked up for him. This motherfucker, it took him a year, more than a year, to open him like, baby, I really have to tell you about something that happened to me when I was young. I really couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because... right? What's going on? He's being super fucking dramatic to randoms, okay? I got burned. I swear I can feel my heart icing over. Alright? He's becoming the ice cold killer he was born to be. He's becoming Thomas Shelby. This is gonna be a disclaimer to people who... There are some fucking people from the MBTI areas who might watch this, as they did with the previous one, and cry in the comment section saying, oh, you don't know, they can be 8s because the 8s can, like, right, and stutter midway. No one's saying an 8 core cannot grow. No one's saying an 8 core cannot be vulnerable with someone they care about. No one's saying that. That's not the fucking point. Because there are many examples of 8s in real life. You can observe them, watch them, where they are quite open, when they're quite genuine about their feelings. It does happen. But doing this shit just makes no if an 8 is traumatized, what more likely scenario is he might be extremely transparent about this trauma. That's his attitude. He might be super transparent, like, yeah, you know what, my fucking uncle touched me, you know, it ain't that motherfucking deep though. And everyone's like, yo, what the fuck, motherfucker, you fucking wait, your uncle touched you? Do you know what I'm saying? That's more likely what's gonna happen, not this fucking I waited 1 year, then I told her that my mom called me fat or something. That's just not how it's gonna work. Trauma affects everyone, but denial is important. Denial is a problem you have to fight. Denial is a problem you have to win against. That shit ain't fucking easy. Oh, feeling vulnerable, I'm so scared. That's not about fucking fear. It's because you feel like there's nothing to be vulnerable about. There's no fucking vulnerability. So how the fuck are you gonna be vulnerable? So either way, I'm fucking venting. That's where I would fit on Enneagram8 board. Look at me. I'm ranting. And I fit right the fuck in. Probably they'd love me. Let's fucking read this shit. Let's entertain it. I'm already getting seizures. My whole body's fucking shaking. I'm an SP8 woman. Now, okay, many people, of course, would probably say SP8 woman. They'd stop reading. No such thing. I disagree, because I am a feminist and I do believe in equal rights for existence. She fits all the traits, which is why she's making this post about being too much of a little bitch to be an 8 core. And due to some family probs, I felt powerless for a long time. It made me feel really antisocial. By antisocial, of course, you think she's a badass, so she goes against society. You know, no. She's just asocial. You know, basement dwelling and not having any friends. Cool. And withdrawn. And I'm guessing that's what she views as like 5 disintegration. She's searching for her internal strength to affect change in my environment. Get the fuck out. Okay? Like, I will say it nicely. This is fucking bullshit. Okay? Maybe I should really change my tone the way I'm expressing myself right now. But see that? I might come off as pretty aggressive now. But let's make it like, okay, I'll try to change my fucking attitude. I got a bit fucking passionate there. No, when you're not an 8, you know, and this is again, you know, you felt powerless. Again, there's no denial. Lady, there's just no denial. And you don't fit all traits, so don't fucking go around bullshitting people. Here we have it, the INTJ8 Chadwick, I know, fucking thinking it's a unicorn, meets the type 1 in the wild. Now, if you were to guess, of course, the woman, the girl is proper, must be a type 1. Simple as. He has like a full Naruto outfit, and I genuinely do think he arrived at the wrong cosplay dress-up party. I mean, is this how INTJ8 is supposed to be, like a fucking Naruto lover? If that's the case, sign me the fuck up, okay? I want some Naruto clothes. I want some fucking Naruto cosplay too. Why the fuck no one's inviting me to that shit? You guys are the worst bosses. So now generally I like posts like this, you know, someone's coming in bashing everyone. It is refreshing because everyone's sucking dick. So I do think this is quite nice. So let's start with the obvious. You're really bad micromanagers. Of course you fucked up now and you lost me. An 8 core being a micro fucking manager makes zero sense. You're thinking of a 1 core because 8s are not focused on managing shit, okay? That's not how they lead. 8s don't lead by making sure every task is done perfectly in a certain specific fashion. You're thinking of a 1 core once again. Your lust for control over others makes your employees feel like slaves. Again, you're probably thinking more of a 1 core. If you actually think most bosses are fucking 8s, I would say there probably was some side effect of being dropped as a kid. Maybe, because this makes no fucking sense. You're more likely to find most 8s working in fucking McDonald's and in prison than fucking being bosses and entrepreneurs of the big Fortune 500 companies. Fucking listen to yourself, dude. Jesus Christ. Funny part is, yeah, you're dissing 8s, but you're sucking their fucking dick too. Stop fucking slurping because I can hear it from here, okay? I'm tired of people brigading the sub saying non-SEDOMs can be 8s. So here's literally a clip of Naranjo typing ENTP Socrates and INTJ Karl Marx as social 8s. Just because an author typed someone as fucking something doesn't mean they are that one. And of course you can keep fucking slurping because I personally don't think Naranjo typed everyone fucking correctly. He simply did not. Okay? So, sure, if you assume those typings are correct, yeah, you can fucking slurp him off, and we can make it work, but hell nah. He didn't know fucking anything about MBTI, that's the reality. He correlated fucking INTJ, like NI base, with fucking 7. It doesn't matter what the fuck he says about MBTI. When you read SC dominant, it fits perfectly into last. If you think you're an 8, then you're probably an 8. The most genuinely disabled thing I've ever heard in my life. So if you think you're something in typology, which by the way, all of us were wrong at some point, then you must be that. And by the way, you're a fucking newbie, so you don't know shit. But if you think that, you're correct. Now, if you said that to someone who's really an expert, maybe has a long understanding, okay, sure. But to a newbie, use your fucking brain. Well, came from he joins them, lack of morals is another harmful startup. Yeah, wow, we have a fucking justice maker here. We found a fucking justice slurper who's gonna protect the 8 cores from their bad reputation. Because the 8 cores wanna be protected. They wanna be cuddled by a cunt like this. Because, yeah, it will make us feel nice and soft. Truth to be told, none of the fucking 8s I know would want this motherfucker on their case anyway. I think my new boss is an 8 core. How do I get along with you? Think my new boss is an... is an ESFJ 8. ESFJ 8. What the fuck? Oh, I will actually start crying. And I'm gonna fucking show you real vulnerability right the fuck now. Because this is so painful. Yeah. Honestly, it's not that bad. There was some cringe here and there. And then we see this. Of course, a friendly face as a reminder of what you can even see the Christmas tree. Man, who the fuck is this guy? He is pimping. No, I don't like what he says. It bothers me, okay? Fuck this guy. It bothers me so much. Why is he saying that? He's wrong. I'm an ENTJ 8. He's wrong. Wow. SC base only for 8? Bullshit. An 8 core last doesn't have to just show itself as this immediate gratification or sensorical shit. It can also manifest as liking ideas, right? Being intuitive. That also is. So yeah, this guy is complete bullshit. He's spreading misinformation. He's goofy. He has a fucking Christmas tree behind him. You really fucking think I'm gonna listen to a fucking guy with a Christmas tree? Rusted typology, whatever this guy is. Bullshit. Hopefully, that was enough of a cringe-induced fucking seizure for you. I'm gonna vomit. I'm actually gonna fucking vomit. I'm not gonna cut that fucking out.